What's up, Andy? Something is like wrong. See, something's wrong. Uh, that's not good. You can see that little blue square, right? You see that? That means my chat isn't working, which is not good. Because I can see the Twitch chat on my thing, but I can't see the Mixer chat, which is a no bueno because I need to see what's going on Mixer because right now I can't see anything. Um, I don't want to be, I don't want anything to be like bad. You know what I mean? What's up, Andy? How you doing? Cause I can see you. I think maybe Restream is just broken. I just need to reopen it because clearly Restream is working. If if it's streaming right now. You're in the middle of running back to your base. Nice. Hold on. I guess I'm gonna have to have Mixer open on my phone then. Sorry, YouTube. Even it's just funny because we're primarily gonna be using YouTube. Okay. Also, it seems like it's not doing that thing anymore. So our highs of having so many viewers and has ended, I think. That's so weird. What's wrong with this thing? It's not working. Hey, if anything, we're just gonna go straight into it because I have everything open already. I mean, it says I have 2 viewers on Mixer. I don't know. Probably you, Andy, if anything. I just don't know why it's not working right now. Nothing is like loading. Yes then. Hello, Jack. What's up? Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to be looking at my Mixer chat from like my phone then. Which is a rip, but that's okay. Alright, so no one's chat's gonna be on screen. That's fine. Not everybody can watch me complain. Just there. But how you guys doing before we start? Nice talking to you guys. Got excluded out of high school again for 2 weeks? What? What happened? What happened? You good, fam? Man got expelled from got kicked out of high school for 2 weeks. What the heck? There's Mama PP on Mixer, but I can't see anything. And I need to check my email just in case. Actually, no, I could just check Twitter on here. What the heck? I'm on my base now. I can chat now. Sweet. What the heck? That's kind of creepy, but okay. I looked at my Mixer chat. What are y'all doing? My teacher made a joke and he said, "But I knew it." So I went and said, "Oh my goodness, good job." Mama, uncle, and daddy. What are you guys doing? You guys scared me. Like it's just your guys' name on here. I need to check my restream because I can't check anything. You don't know? Are you guys all the same person? Are you guys all just one guy? You're in grade 10? Nice. It is kind of weird having to look at my phone for the chat, but it's fine. There you go. I just have you in the corner. Let me switch my laptop so you give your mixer chat. Okay, thank you. Hold up. We'll watch the thing in a second. I just want to figure out what the heck is going on with this thing. I mean, YouTube seems to be loading fine. You're out? Okay. 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 Now Twitter's taking forever to load. What the heck? Good thing though, you left at 1 p.m. So now you can just go home and chill. Awesome. The heck is going on? You know what? Whatever. Fine. We'll figure out later. I'll try to figure out while we're watching it. Cause I don't understand why this is not working. That's the way I look at it. There we go. Yeah. All right, Andy. I'm gonna have to have you be my eyes for a little bit. Cause nothing's working right now. If I would have known this would have worked, I would have just started streaming on one platform. You're in Florida? Ooh, Florida man. Is it my Wi-Fi? No, cause the stream's working. If it was my Wi-Fi, I wouldn't be able to stream right now. Looking for you been anyone whack? Thank you. What? Do I have to download? I said I have to download a plugin. Hold up. Or timeout? Yeah, mostly timeout, please. But don't worry, I'm looking at it too still. I'm trying to see what's going on. I know I said I didn't want to look at it, but like I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, the whole chat is not working. Your stream chat. This is whack. Yeah, you have ADHD as well. I'm sorry, dog. But it's all good. We vibing, you know. Hold up. Chat not working. Nope. Just not working. It's not showing me anything. It works, but it's just I just can't see what's going on. So people watching, I'm sorry. If you're watching on YouTube, I can't see it. Unless, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. Some days it's chill and some days are annoying. I feel you. Bruh. I'm heated. Everything was working a second ago. You know what? No one's on YouTube. I'm just gonna hope for the best. I'm generally just gonna hope for the best. I'm gonna be able to see Mixer and Twitch, but not YouTube, which is kind of good. Okay. All right, we're just gonna go into it then. Also, we're gonna play Star Wars after this. I'm gonna just have it in the background, so hopefully it does eventually come through. But right now it's okay. Y'all ready for some Onision? Thank you for following, Jack. Much appreciated. Join the family today. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're gonna like analyze it. I mean, we're just gonna watch. We're just gonna try to. I'm gonna try to bear with it because I don't think I'm gonna like it very much. But we'll just have to hope. We just gotta hope. Okay, let's watch it. I'm not ready for this.
What is up, Trumler Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the news. Today, we are interviewing Onision, the most hated YouTuber. I mean, there was a time about 6 months ago when Onision would upload videos to his YouTube channel and only get like 2,000 views. But videos
Yep,
hit
old
so
Onision.
Onision
Even though I never watched
get
any of his
out
videos.
million. I mean, there is this hate mob out there that wants to destroy Onision, and they're
Yep.
called the anti-O movement.
Oh.
And the reason why they don't like him is because, well, Onision is so unlikable. I mean, he has been miserable.
That's just a fact.
For years online, and on top of it, some ex-girlfriends have come out saying that he was abusive emotionally. But the number one thing against Onision and why people are hating on him so much is because they think he is a groomer. He had this girl, 16 years of age, Sarah, living at his house where he was taking care of her, and then when she turned 18, him and his husband hooked up with her. Here's a little backstory from another YouTuber known as Edwin, where he goes into full detail of this whole Sarah situation, so you have the backstory. Roll it.
Sarah was a fan of Onision and Kai since Sarah was around 12 years old, so when she received a private message from Kai at 14 years old, she was ecstatic. Despite the 6-year difference that Kai acknowledged in their first ever exchange, Kai decided to befriend young Sarah and eventually make jokes about grooming Sarah. And of course, it could be argued that a 20-year-old internet celebrity befriending a 14-year-old fan may not inherently be a bad thing. However, when you're doing that and joking about grooming this young person, that's when it turns questionable. There were actually a lot of bizarre tweets between Kai and Sarah, including one which encouraged people over the age of 18 to hit up Sarah when Sarah
no. Big barf, man. The heck?
Throughout their friendship, Kai learned that Sarah had a tough situation at home, so shortly after Sarah turned 16, Kai invited Sarah to live with Kai and Onision.
Yes, I am legally Sarah's guardian right now, currently. Greg is not a legal guardian.
I don't like this.
This raised a lot of eyebrows, and not just because of the tweets or the age differences, with Onision being 31, Kai being 22, and Sarah being 16.
See, I knew the stuff with Sarah was bad, but this is just adding more. Like, I didn't know about that one tweet. That's just, and all the grooming jokes. I don't. Ew.
But also due to Onision's history with young girls.
There's a 16-year-old living with you. Weren't you dating a 17-year-old like 5 years ago? Yeah, but that's kind of like saying just because you're a chick who's into other chicks, you're going to want to bang every single chick. So one, that's creepy, not into that person.
Onision would insist that he was not interested in Sarah and pointed out
he didn't deny it though.
He was because of the 15-year age gap between him and Sarah.
Like, I'm twice their age at this point. 7 years, 8
honestly.
years, 9-year age gap, fine. 15-year age gap, you're about to be able to start calling them daddy for real. So no.
That video was posted in January of 2017, which was just after Onision and Kai had flown over 2 other YouTubers, Billy and Ayala. As time went on, Kai would continue to play into the accusation of being inappropriate with Sarah through videos.
Good night.
The strange ongoing joke of Kai having a secret relationship with Sarah finally hit a full stop when Ayala accused Kai and Onision of grooming Sarah. Kind of made some of those jokes in Kai's videos feel a little bit too real.
So it didn't stop until after they got called out. That's a little suspicious. That's a little suspicious. Not gonna say anything, but that's a little suspicious.
Nice to like connect with people, you know, like just that's the best thing about technology. You can just connect with people from the comfort of your own bed. Like nothing better than that.
Onision and Kai would both go on to repeatedly deny this accusation of grooming.
Literally the youngest person I know is Sarah, and I have never, ever had a romantic relationship with Sarah.
You guys have this concept of grooming, right? But that requires you have sex with somebody right after they turn.
No, wrong. Completely wrong.
The video was posted 2 days before Sarah said that they all slept together for the first time. So
Ah.
I wasn't thinking about that part. But how about
That first of all, hold up. Education time. We could easily Google this and learn what grooming is right now. Hold on. This is grooming. The action by a pedophile of preparing a child for a meeting, especially via internet chat room with the intention of committing a sexual offense, which means, hold on, actually, I'll put it on the thing. Can I put it on the thing, please? Can I put it on the? I can't put it on. Okay, but like that's ridiculous, right? Like what? He This is so bad. It's so bad. Like I don't under. Hold on. I'm gonna put it in the chat because like this is ridiculous. Look, this is what. No, not that. But like grooming. Look at that. That's the definition of grooming. Is getting them ready for it. It's not actually doing it. I don't think people understand that. Or in this case, Onision. This is what grooming is. Grooming is the preparation, not the act, with the intention. So it doesn't matter whether you do it or not. It's that intention of doing it, and then all those acts leading up to it. Well, there you go. That's what grooming is.
Listen to how he proactively tries to deny the accusation by basically contradicting
Exactly, he does.
Grooming.
And the person you guys are talking about has been 18 for a while.
At this point in time, Sarah was actually 18 and 5 months, but Onision likes to round up to 18 and a half, and apparently that's a while, and that's not right after she turned 18. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, okay? I apologize if I'm asserting my opinion too much, but I feel like sleeping with someone 5 months after they turn 18 is basically right after they turn 18.
Yeah.
There is the backstory on this Sarah situation. So we talked to Onision about Sarah, and we talked to Sarah herself to have some questions for Onision. We got into it, and well, I don't know. Is Onision just a mean, horrible person?
Yes.
Or is he actually a criminal?
Oh yes.
Find out. Here is that interview. Roll it. Okay, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
here we go.
Onision on
First of all, disclaimer, just in case I get heated at whatever he says. Also, there are some things that I heard about the interview on Twitter that I would like to talk about too when I hear it. But first of all, this is going to be me, like my genuine reaction to whatever BS we're about to watch.
the line. First question for you is a lot of people said if I were to interview you that I would have to pay you thousands and thousands of dollars. So I wanted to get that right out of the way. Did I pay you for this interview?
No, you didn't.
And you're doing
I
this.
didn't request money.
And yeah, that's right, you didn't. And are you doing this out of your free will?
Yes, it's of my free will.
Awesome. Okay, now that that's out of the way, I believe, and this is my opinion, that you are right now the most hated YouTuber. Do you think that's true? And if so, why?
I think I've been that way for a very, very long time, and that's because I have trouble being normal on camera. I have the tendency to blow up my personality or exaggerate my personality for the sake of.
Oh, what you call? I don't think. I think it's because he's in Canada. Isn't he in Canada? No, he's in Washington. I don't know. I think maybe there's just a delay. I don't think maybe it's that. But it is a little like.
Entertaining people.
Also, like, I don't think he was the most hated YouTuber until people realized that he was, a pedophile.
More often than not.
So why do you go out of your way to make people hate you? Because it's like every video. I mean, this is from 2016 when I started watching you, till now. Like every video, it just seems like you're really egging people on. You want people to be mad at you. I mean, that's the impression I've always got. Why?
Well, if you wanted people to like you, you probably wouldn't do what I do, which is kind of obvious in what you said.
Yeah.
And that's because you're dealing with a person who doesn't see the value in people wanting to like them or anything like that. My primary focus is just to create whatever I think is funny or interesting and not please people, but rather just make sure I'm doing what I feel is worthwhile, worth saying, or something that's different than what every other content creator may be involving themselves in.
When these allegations started coming out, and I'm mainly talking about, let's say 5 months ago, Blair White uploaded a video titled "Exposing Onision,
Oh.
Child Grooming," where she interviews.
Not gonna lie, real quick, I've been watching some of Blair White's videos. I didn't know she was the one that actually did that. You know, good for Blair White for that. Not gonna lie, I do like Blair White. She's very blunt about what she talks about. So good on Blair White for kind of being the catalyst for, you know, this whole bringing down Onision situation.
Sarah. And Sarah explains that, basically she came to your home, you guys were her like guardians, and then you guys waited till she was 18 and hooked up with her, right? When this story first came out, September 5th, 2019, how come you didn't respond to this like right away? Why did you just keep quiet about this?
I was under a threat of being left by my spouse if I said anything.
Ooh.
Okay. So in this scenario,
That's actually pretty interesting. You got some Haribo and Dr. Pepper? Nice. But that is very interesting that he says that he was being threatened by, like, look at Kai, I guess Kai, I think, at the moment. I don't know if there was someone else before the situation, but, like, I guess Kai was threatening to leave if he talked about it, which was very weird, which is very hard to believe, which is very interesting. I made, like, a mini bingo card on my computer about what he would do, and one of the things was to throw Kai under the bus for something, and I think there you go, because I don't think that's not Kai's decision. Like, yes, maybe he's scared of losing his husband, but you know, this is a big allegation, and you being quiet, you know, is a kind of a big red flag for a lot of people. Not me personally, because like I understand for some people being quiet is like the best route to go because you don't want any controversy, but still a lot of people would find it suspicious and would want a reaction, you know, other than just like silence. Oh, I dropped my phone. Gonna look at the chat, but yeah.
which I think is the main scenario and the main negative points against you is this allegations of you grooming this girl. How old was Sarah when she first came to your house, and were you actually her guardian? And just kind of explain that briefly.
So first, I'd like to establish that it's enormously debunked. I made a 30-minute video just showing how many times Sarah repeatedly said that nothing happened even when she was well into being 18. She said repeatedly that she was not groomed. She even said if anyone was groomed, it was us. And so I feel like because I know these texts are so authentic, all I would have to do is show them to literally a lawyer or whatever, and they would, I mean, it's really interesting that this person says they turn stuff into the police because any police officer or agent or whatever can simply look at her repeatedly saying she was never groomed and repeatedly saying that nothing ever happens, even well into being 18. And they would say, what's up? Why is your story completely contradictory? Why does this make no sense?
Right, but did
Okay, so I think what I have to say about that is that, like, someone that's a victim of these things is not gonna immediately be like, oh, this happened to me. Like, obviously it depends on the person, but like like and like the video of Sarah, I think it was Sarah, I'm not sure, I don't remember everybody's name, but this video of Sarah like doing it, wasn't it like confirmed that she was coerced into doing it, and not even like, it wasn't even like her idea or like her reasoning to do it? Like, it was because Onision and Kai manipulated her, that they were like, okay, do this video, you know. And it's just like, and if she was 18 when she made it, again, you think of their age compared to Sarah's, they're more mentally developed compared to Sarah. I'm pretty sure it's way easier for them to, like, you know, manipulate her. Like what? Like, why would you, like, 30 and like 20 some years old? What was the age difference earlier? 2? It was like way higher than like you think about it, and it's just like, exactly, you know, like, and like, you know, it's hard for adults in abusive relationships to get out of relationships. Like, you know, imagine being a kid and you're with two adults, two fully formed or almost fully formed adults, you know. This isn't like, it's the biggest red flag. 31, 22, and 16. It's 16. Exact. Look at that. 31, 22, and 16. What were you like when you were 15 years old? Were you the smartest person on the planet? Could you make rational decisions 100% of the time when you were 15 years old? Think about it. Like, it's super obvious. Like, it's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous how this whole situation is. Like, honestly.
Didn't you upload
So
a video saying that you did in fact, you know, have sex with her when she was 18 and 5 months, I believe?
I don't know if I said 18 and 5 months, but the point was is that Sarah said that even well into being 18, we did not have sex. She was saying 18 and 5 months. She in her text she said she was repeatedly pointing out that Kai had rejected her, like over and over and over
You're
again.
16 now.
And Sarah repeatedly said
You'll see
how
what I
badly
mean.
she wanted to be with Kai in these texts, and Kai multiple times expressed to me that when he thought of being with Sarah, he felt like vomiting because it was such a uncomfortable situation for him. So again, when you have these receipts of somebody saying this to you, and you have a video of them saying on camera, clearly not under duress, clearly completely calm and composed, that nothing ever happened, and they're an adult when they're saying this, that nothing ever happened with Kai, and that Kai's completely innocent, Kai's always been appropriate, and then them going around saying, you know, completely contradictory things. You're sitting here with a person who couldn't possibly win a case against somebody except for, you know, the mob, who doesn't have a law degree, who doesn't actually understand the legal system. So it's a pretty uphill battle for anyone going into this, just because you're dealing with a bunch of people who, instead of going to the police initially, instead of handling this with a lawyer, they went to the masses and clout chased and started GoFundMe's and did all these nonsensical things.
But don't you understand how the internet, right, would just take like the core and I would say the surface information about this and see you as the villain? I mean, this girl who's underage stays at your house. There's videos of you and your husband claiming that you are her guardian, or I think it was just your husband, not you. And then you slept with her after she turned 18. Do you see like how the internet would see this as grooming?
Exactly. Like again, it's all about the intention. Right? If he did all these things, waited specifically till she was 18 years old, that is still grooming. Just because you waited till she was 18 years old doesn't mean you didn't groom her. You know? Just because, ooh, but she was 18, she was an adult. Mentally, I mean, like, physically, I guess. I mean, like, according to the law, yeah, okay, 18, but mentally, you know, I'm 19. It's hard for me to make decisions about what I want to do. You know? It's still grooming, exactly. Like, and it's ridiculous.
The problem is that everyone and all information points to this person being rejected even well into being 18. So when people push the grooming agenda, it doesn't make any sense, because there has to be some evidence that this person was actually prepared for a sexual relationship as a minor. and there's literally no evidence pointing to that. As far as actually being a guardian, I don't know of any evidence that there was a guardian, or I should say a foster. People like accuse us of being adopted parents or foster parents or anything like that. I don't know of a single signed document by myself or my spouse that
Hold
there's
on.
any guardian status.
Mikey, are you barking at Onision because he's being stupid? That's it. He's going after Onision. Hold up, I gotta open the door. Okay. We're back.
I know that the other person, Sarah's mom, had signed a document saying that we had the right to, make medical decisions for her and whatnot like that.
Right.
But I don't know of any actual proof,
Well,
or
there's
I
a-
don't have any recollection that anything was signed on my part to actually accept that role. And it was consistently a joke in our house about it, but no one was actually acting like a parent. And Sarah was around us for a total of 10 months off and on over 2 years. So that doesn't really sound like a guardian. It sounds like somebody that you hang out with occasionally.
So there is a video of Kai saying that that she is the legal guardian, right? I
Yeah.
don't know if those are the exact terms. I don't have that footage right here, but I'm gonna play it right now. Roll it.
Greg is not a legal guardian of Sarah. I am.
In that video, is that a joke? Do you know the video that I'm referring to?
It's well, yeah, no, I don't at all actually.
I'm sorry, I don't
but-
have it right here for you to look at it, but there is
No,
a
no,
video.
no.
I've seen it.
Yeah, that's fine. It's difficult
Well, would you look at that? I think he might have gotten caught saying something stupid.
when you're speaking for other people. It's really difficult, like when I'm sitting here trying to talk about what Kai is or is not. But the point is that there's a huge flight records and all that. There's no actual parental indications or anything like that.
But why was she there?
That we were ever in a parental status. So someone saying that, that's on them to defend themselves. I can't really speak for Kai, but what I can say is that Kai.
So abusive to this girl, right? And of course,
Give me an example.
Oh.
And I just became the poster boy for anti-Shane, and it didn't make any sense because
I got some questions directly from Sarah, but before I get into that, do you understand?
Wait, hold on, that's weird. You're
Hold up, it's 3:10. Where's it at? Oh, wait, never mind. I know what it is. It's on Snapchat. I saw this on Twitter. This is what I thought it was a joke, but it's for real. He put the rest of the interview on Snapchat. Oh, looks like we're gonna try to find it. Also, this is some things that I wanted to talk about too. Oh, someone posted the part 2 on we're gonna watch it. I found it, don't worry. But let's talk about this real quick because I think this is important on how kind of dumb Keemstar is for this specifically. This statement he made on Twitter. Keem. Actually, wait, while it loads. Actually, let's go ahead. Actually, forget it. We'll just watch it after. Because my Twitter, like, I don't know what's going on. Like, all these applications are not working. I might need to restart my computer or something. Okay, I mean, this is continue. They said part 2 and 3, so it's like, what's going on? All right.
But okay, so I got some questions directly from Sarah, but before I get into that, do you understand?
Wait, hold on. That's weird. You're asking me questions from Sarah.
Yeah, no,
That's weird.
I haven't asked you questions from Sarah yet, but I do have some. Can I ask you those questions?
Hmm.
That's creepy, but yeah, I guess
That's
so.
not really creepy, but
So Sarah said, why did Onision say, let's wait for Sarah to turn 18 when I was 15? Like, why did you say that as a joke? Did you ever say this?
Where was that said?
That's
Did Sarah provide proof of that being said?
no.
Well, then she's a fucking idiot.
I believe this is verbal. Okay.
Yeah, she's
Also,
a fucking idiot.
she also says, also, why did he tell me the last day I saw him that if I ever told people what happened, that she would ruin your career and your family's life? Did you say that to her?
No, she said that. That's okay. So she actually blackmailed us when we asked her to sign an NDA. She said only if she gets what she
you got blackmailed by a 16-year-old?
wants. And right before that, you gotta realize this girl has bipolar stuff. So not bipolar, but she has a BPD where your memories get mixed up with your emotions. And so if she's making claims that she doesn't have any proof of, that's a problem. That's
Whoa. You better watch out there, buddy. You better watch out there. That's reaching. Not gonna lie. That's reaching. He said she has BPD. So, since she's making claims that she doesn't have proof of, it's because of that. It's not real, he's saying. Because of an illness that she might have. That's a stretch. I don't know. I don't know if she actually has that or not, but like, I don't think that should be his defense. You know.
I typically have these texts to prove it. So when she's saying this, it's because she knows that first of all she doesn't have proof, and secondly, because there's no actual proof, like basically because she doesn't have a fake text to show. Instead, she's just saying it was verbal. Then I can't debunk it because I can't prove that text was fake with all the documentation.
So why are you trying to? If she can't prove it, just say she doesn't prove it. Don't try to make an excuse like, oh, she has a disorder, so obviously, it's not true. When he can't prove it either. It's a verbal statement. Kind of hard to prove verbal statements in general. Just say that. Idiot. So stupid. You didn't need to bring her thing up. You said you can't prove a text. There are ways to prove text. This is stupid.
That I have. So this is the first time hearing it, but she definitely did tell me that if she wanted to destroy me, she could. I wasn't sure what she meant then, but obviously I know now. She could just make if she wanted to.
Well, of course, if I can inject my opinion, like anybody from the outside looking in is going to look at this whole scenario with you guys and Sarah as creepy. Like you do understand like the public's view of this is like there's this underage girl that's hanging out at your house for a while, right? And then when she turns 18, you hook up. I don't think you broke any laws in that scenario. I really don't. But like people are going to see it as creepy. You do understand that, right?
What I understand is a girl told us that her mom was beating her. And when she accused her mom of beating her, her mom said, "What the fuck are you talking about?" She was on the phone with Kai when this happened. So I naturally, with my white knight status, wanting to be a hero, said, well, then you can come live with us since your mom is beating you. And I don't see how it's creepy to take somebody in who said that their mom is beating them and that they needed, safe refuge.
Well, okay, I understand that. I understand. Oh, a fan, or someone is being abused in their home, and you're able to, yeah, this is part 2. If you are able to save them by doing that, that's good. But if you see, there's so much evidence that shows that he specifically did that. Well, him and Kai specifically did that for the purpose of grooming her. No. You just brought her from an abusive situation to a mentally abusive situation. Like it didn't change anything. It may have changed physically, but is that mental stuff will forever be there. Just went from one abuser to another.
Now, when you move on to her consistently via these texts pressuring Kai into sleeping with her constantly, when you show how hard
You got so his excuse is that Kai was the one doing this. I mean, that Sarah. My bad. Rewind. He is saying that the Kai is the reason. No, rewind again. He's saying that Sarah was the manipulator in the situation. You got manipulated by a 16-year-old? Do you hear your statement? You are saying that you got manipulated and you got played by a 16-year-old. What did you slept with you slept with her because she manipulated you when you're the adults, when you have all the power? This is ridiculous. This is so dumb.
she pushed to be with Kai as an adult and admitted repeatedly that before she was an adult, nobody did anything. Nobody said anything to her outside Ayala, who tried to sleep with her, but Ayala was an adult at the time and a totally different person than anyone who lived in the house. Ayala has yet to be held accountable for trying to sleep with Sarah, and confirmed by Sarah via these texts, which are concrete, that she attempted to do so. But you have a person who we didn't do anything appropriate with when she was, that age, 16, 17, 14, 15, nothing ever happened. Especially since we didn't meet her till she was actually 16 in person. But again, she said her mom was beating her, so we took her in, and then she blackmails us, saying she's not going to sign an NDA after threatening to ruin our life. And so it goes in that direction.
Why was she signing the NDA in the first place? What were you guys doing to her that would make you guys want her to sign an NDA? Why does a 16-year-old need to sign an NDA? What are you doing there that makes them want to sign an NDA? You afraid that she's going to leak your YouTube career? She's going to leak that you're planning to have a new video out? Why? Why are you making a 16-year-old sign an NDA? Is she a business partner? Are you a game developer and you don't want her to release your newest pedophile game? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Just because of her blackmail.
Yeah, I want to talk about that.
So again, you could
You're gonna go eat? Okay. See you, Jenga. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
say it's creepy,
Right.
but that's only if you don't know the full story. It becomes creepy when you just look at Sarah and you see how mental she is and how
It's creepy that you made a 16-year-old sign an NDA for some reason.
She's been to drag Kai through the gutter, knowing that she repeatedly admitted that Kai was never interested in that way.
Here's another main thing from the.
Yeah, and here's another thing with all the tweets that Kai and Sarah had together. It was kind of implied that she was gonna do a little more when they got there. It was just like, and all the grooming jokes. I don't understand dark humor. It can be funny, but it's a little too hitting too close to what's happening right now.
Onision haters, right? They say, you must believe all victims, right? And another reason why I'm mad at you is because that you just keep attacking these girls. Do you think like the internet's just not treating you fair at all? Because obviously they were saying that I was. They were saying I was guilty because I wasn't defending myself, and then I defend myself, and they say, "Oh, you're bullying them." Fucking idiots. I mean, that's
like,
just a strong.
Yeah, you can't have it both ways.
Exactly.
Either I defend myself and you say that I'm bullying people, or I don't defend myself and you say I'm some kind of criminal.
Well, here's the thing: is that he hasn't really provided much back. People saying that he hasn't had the upper, like all the people that are supporting him, saying that he hasn't had the chance to defend himself. He has a whole YouTube channel, and instead of making videos talking like this, saying things, all he's been doing is screaming into the camera like a madman. You can't say, "Oh, I defend myself, but I come off as bullying," when all you do is post like 5-minute videos of him screaming in his house, saying really rude things about the situation and just being really dumb, you know? He himself is not taking the situation seriously, so why should we take him seriously? And why is he only gonna be serious on someone else's platform when his platform is the best where he can defend himself? I honestly don't understand his logic in this situation.
I see in so many different
Exactly.
ways that the internet was not giving you a fair shake. I mean, you were at a point where your channel was really, really suffering, and you were pulling like maybe 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 views. At the same time, at the same exact time, the Onision exposed videos were pulling like 500,000 views.
Yep.
So I felt like it was very unfair that you didn't have an actual proper.
If he put normal videos of him defending himself, he probably would have gotten more views. If he would have made just a normal video, him sitting down, just chilling, just normal video. He doesn't need to dress up. He doesn't need to do anything crazy. He just needs to sit down, talk unedited, just going, defending himself. And he probably would have gotten views that way, so people could see his side. Put it on Twitter. Tag all the people that have been talking about you, and then be like, "Hey guys, this is my defense." That's all he needed to do. But instead, let's look at what his YouTube channel actually looks like. Let's look at this. This is it doesn't matter. Just tell the truth and like chill. Is this the one? He probably deleted all of those. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he just like Are these even it? I don't even know if these are it. Look at all these. I know he has like a bunch of different videos. Oh, he does have Onision receipts. And look at that. If these are videos of him like talking, again, look at that. 36, 95, 172, 76, 56, 201. Like if these are him being normal, then there you go. That's all he needed to do.
Dean, over here.
What? This is weird. Okay, we're gonna go back to the interview.
Chance to defend yourself. And when you did defend yourself recently on your channel and you started showing some proof, it seems like the comment section, now that you've allowed comments, that there's a lot of support there. But I'm not seeing that.
No, no. The comments are filtered.
Okay, that's what I want to get into. That's what I want.
The majority of people who post comments are telling me to kill myself or that I'm gonna get raped in prison.
Okay. That's yikes.
Good.
That's what the comments actually are. The people who get through that system are fucking speaking sense, and they aren't following the mindless her2 fucking fraud mob.
Okay, so when you say the comments are filtered on your YouTube channel, are you blocking keywords?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about YouTube's filter?
No. It works like this. You should know. It's either allow all comments or allow all comments but filter inappropriate comments, or just filter all comments or simply don't allow comments.
And so
that's the 4 options on YouTube.
Which one
it's the filter all comments.
Okay. So it
literally doesn't let people post unless they've said something like really helpful in the past.
Okay.
I'm not allowing people to use my videos to spread their propaganda. It's like how, Facebook allegedly cost us the election because people are simply allowed to say things in the ads that would brainwash people into believing lies. Okay? What people don't realize is that when you allow people to just sit there and when they didn't go through the situation, when they weren't there, when they don't understand what it's like to be there, when they didn't actually give the literal text that this person sends, completely condemning themselves, when they didn't give that a single look, when these people are unwilling to even see anything factual and are obsessed with their own pre-existing narrative, Why would you sit there and go, yeah, sit on my page that I control and talk shit about me and spread this false narrative and completely contradict everything I said in the most dishonest way? You're basically a wall where you just
Thank you for following. Ira, appreciate it.
dumb down everything everyone says into like 3 words. So that's how the brainless masses can just like digest that. They don't want to go through and actually look at the facts. They don't want to think about what really happened. What they want to do is they want a little catchphrase like groomer, like or okay groomer. Like that's all
Okay,
they
that
say
that
because you're
that
just
made me
complete
laugh when
morons
I
who
heard about
cannot
that.
think for themselves.
Right.
So why would
But
I let them just continue to shit on me all over my page when I really don't want to hear what they have to say? And additionally, you keep
If
mentioning
he doesn't want to hear what they have to say, turn off the comments. You know, or like post it somewhere where you don't have to. You know, just post the video, lay low, chill. You know, do your business. You know, and again, like no one's gonna take him seriously. One of his first walls of doing it was him was like I said before, it was all the videos of him screaming and doing all this crazy stuff in his house. I don't want to say it's too late for him to defend himself, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people think that now because of all that madness he pulled. You know? Like, you can't be like, oh, they didn't give me a chance. I feel like you had a chance as soon as the situation started, or at least, you know, if he wasn't, you know, if the situation started, don't post anything or just, you know, post your normal stuff. And then when you're ready, come out, say your stuff, and then, you know, be quiet. You know, like the fact that a lot of those videos in that time were just him, like what? Like, it was like what? He posted like 50 videos in a day of him just screaming, saying random stuff in his house? Ridiculous.
views where like, oh, these
right.
people got 500,000 views and you got whatever views. I get the views I get because I want to get the views I get when I want to get them. For instance, in December, when my Patreon was deleted, I wanted to get more views to compensate for the thousands of dollars that I was losing every single month because of someone getting my shit deleted because I didn't crop out a number at the top of a very nice text that was very loving and very awesome. I
Yeah,
posted
he had a
every
bunch
like
of
it wasn't
options
nice when we
to
were
fix
nice
it,
to
but he
each
didn't.
other, and people told Patreon that I was funding doxing or something like that, which is an absolute fuck. But when people are scared of you,
even
when
if it
people
is
don't want to hear your side of the story,
I'm sorry
they
to
try to
cut you off, but
deplatform you.
I'm sorry to cut you off. And
Yeah, yeah.
I'll let you finish your point. But even if it was a mistake, Onision, all right, you still put that girl's number out there.
Yeah,
right?
that is
Like,
doxing.
Don't you?
That is doxing. So like, you can't say, "Oh, it's stupid that Patreon kicked me off for doxing." You put someone's phone number out there. You know what you can do with the phone number? You can get someone's address with the phone number. That's very, you know, it's dangerous. It's dangerous.
You feel like
Yeah, and they immediately put my number out there, and I've been spammed ever since. The point is that when you make a mistake like that, you can't go around saying that someone's using their Patreon to fund doxing because that's literally not what's happening. What happened was a mistake, and I wasn't proud of it. I'm not happy about it, and I'm sorry for it. But at the same time, you don't get to fire someone because they forgot to crop something out. I did correct it myself before, like basically anyone saw it. It was like maybe probably a few hundred people who saw it, and I realized my error and I deleted it, and then I still got in trouble from Patreon saying that my Patreon exists to fund doxing, which everyone knows is horseshit. Even people who dislike me know that my Patreon nowhere advertised anything about doxing or incentivized doxing or encouraged doxing. It was an absolute firing on Patreon's part. But the point is that I made numerous freak out videos because I wanted people to believe their own narrative. I wanted them to think, yeah, this guy's crazy.
Why would you do that? You are being accused of being a pedophile, a groomer, an abuser. You are a grown man. Why would you? Oh my. It's almost like this man wants himself to go to jail. He said that he did it because he wanted people to believe their own narrative. No.
Yeah, this guy's completely insane, and this is exactly how he would react, and that's exactly what they believed.
Why would you do that?
Thing that I was dumping kombucha on myself, and I was like, these fucking idiots will probably believe it, even though I'm dumping kombucha on myself.
A lot of people didn't believe it. In fact, I didn't believe it. I knew it was a front. I just knew that it was like the opposite of what he should be doing. I feel like it's harder to be like that and strain your body by screaming and doing all these things than just sitting down and defending yourself. Wouldn't that be the better way? You know, wouldn't the smart way, the I don't want to go to jail way, to just be like, oh, I'm gonna say my defense, put up my evidence, you know, debunk what people are saying, and why? Like, wouldn't the best way, like when you're in a debate with someone, you don't just be like, yeah, you're right. That is a thing. You wouldn't be like, yes, that should be happening if you're in a debate. If you're in a academic debate, this is very obviously not academic at all, but if you're in an academic debate, you gotta do your research. You gotta do everything you can to make sure you know before you go in there. Because everybody's throwing all these counter arguments your way. You gotta be ready to deflect that. You don't be like, yes, you are correct. In fact, here is why.
These people probably believe I live in a box and I live in a tent and I'm homeless and all these. I did so many obvious hints to these people that it was fake, like smearing poop on my face, and people were like, "Oh, it's totally real. It's really poop." And like,
again, if he knew people were that stupid to believe him in the first place, why would he do it?
Kept doing these. I even said the same day I would release a video on that channel, and the same day I'd do a live stream with me on camera in front of my green screen, and I'd be saying, "Yeah, it's fake. I'm fucking with you guys," and none of these mindless drone idiots, Me Too frauds, would even for a second believe anything except for what they wanted to.
Yeah,
they wanted.
I don't like that term. I don't like how he's saying like Me Too frauds. He needs to stop with that.
Falling apart.
Definitely, there is some very unintelligent people in the anti-Onision movement.
Yeah.
I have.
It's H2H2 too.
Dude,
H2H2. They asked me to be on their show, and they said they were gonna pay. They said they were gonna pay me $5,000 to be on their show and get an interview. And I said, okay, pay me half up front and half when I get there. And they're like, yeah, but we got to make sure that we got to talk to you on the phone because we're not actually sure about you because you're homeless right now. And I'm like, what the are you talking about? These idiots, these grown ass men actually watched me pouring kombucha on myself, smearing my face, pretending to live in a white plastic box, pretending I was homeless and all this and obviously acting ridiculous. I cried for an entire video about how there's poo-poo on my back. Like, come on.
Right,
you were or whatever.
You were
and these guys are like, this is actually real. And that tells me that if people want to believe something, they will believe it. For instance, I uploaded a video today where I was real crying. Like this girl had just said she was gonna go off and kill herself because I had been aroused by someone I saw on TV. I said, oh, this person's attractive. She freaked out. Apparently in the video, I admitted that she broke up with me because she was so jealous. And then she said she was going to go off and kill herself. And I'm sobbing hysterically because it's such an abusive up relationship that I had to call the cops on her twice and all that stuff. But I'm sitting there crying, genuinely. Tears are falling down my face. I was like, oh, man. So I uploaded this video from forever ago saying, man, this is like an old video. And it's crazy that I didn't respect myself and I stayed in that relationship. It's in the description. It's just the video of me crying. And people are like, crocodile tears. This is the worst acting ever. And I know this is genuine. So I'm sitting here going, literally, when I'm actually showing authentic emotion, these people say it's fake. And when I'm fucking with them, they say it's real because of...
It's the internet, bro. It's the internet. It's like he forgets his platform is the internet. People are dumb. people are gonna believe your manipulative tactics. That's just how it is. You know? So instead of educating the dumb people, he is encouraging and proving, making the dumb people believe it and bringing more hate to him, more pain, more suffering, all this and that. You know? Like, and he just wants to blame. It's
Of
ridiculous.
course, when you're fucking with people, you want them to be fucked with. And that's
Right.
what I was doing. And these people will only believe the narrative. And that was my conclusion. Like, I realized no matter what I do,
What a 4D chess move, am I right?
if I say something or if I behave in a way that they think I would, then it becomes reality. If I behave in a way that they don't think I would, then it becomes an instant lie. And it doesn't matter if there's any basis of truth behind either side. It's just what they want to believe. And you know, well, that before this happens, you cannot say people liked me. You cannot say the majority of people liked me. All you can say is the majority of people hated me and
Yeah.
they wanted this outcome. They wanted it so bad. And now they're believing it despite me releasing all these texts showing how fucking vindictive and horrible this person is.
I got 2 points that I want to make. One,
Yeah.
when you made the videos on Shane Dawson and you were trying to
Yes.
expose some of his edgier comedy as him actually like being a pedo. When you were uploading the videos of Shane Dawson, like trying to expose him as a predator, and you were framing that old edgy comedy as like genuine statements, do you find that scenario like pretty ironic now that a lot of your old edgy content that you were putting out there for entertainment is being viewed as actual reality?
That's actually really funny. That's really funny because Shane does. I'm not really sure what example he's like saying, but if Shane Dawson like said edgy jokes and then, or made false statements, of him saying that he's doing specific things, and then Onision was like, "This is proof. This is proof. This is proof." Wouldn't he have fallen for that thing that he just said he did to other people too?
I'm gonna make two statements on that. The second one's a question, but the first one is what goes around comes around. Okay, so that's an important life lesson. But secondly, can you tell me exactly and if possible, get it as close to a quote as possible, what Shane in his own voice?
Oh yeah, there's a part 3. Kind of whack. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. Let's just try to relax until I find part 3. He's trying to manipulate adults. He should just stick to trying to manipulate little kids because clearly he does a better job at that. Those are the only people he's manipulating are little kids. All the adults that have talked about him know that like it's all BS. It's all a front. It's not real. You know. Ooh, the last part's long. The last part's 22 minutes. Oh, we're gonna have fun with this one. Also, Star Wars after. Star Wars? Some Star Wars? Show some Star Wars after? I'm down for some Star Wars. Yay. Alright. Let's finish this.
When you were uploading the videos of Shane Dawson, like trying to expose him as a predator, and you were framing that old edgy comedy as like genuine statements, do you find that scenario like pretty ironic now that a lot of your old edgy content that you were putting out there for entertainment is being viewed as actual reality?
I'm gonna make two statements on that. The second one's a question, but the first one is what goes around comes around. Okay, so that's an important life lesson. But secondly, can you tell me exactly and if possible, get it as close to a quote as possible, what Shane in his own voice said?
Oh my God, there's so many things.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot. That's not even a joke.
I believe he was calling. I don't have the quotes right here. I believe he was calling a child that won a pageant sexy, and that was like one of the main points.
Yikes.
How many times
That's
did
a
he call
yikes.
the 7 or 8 or 9-year-old that?
I think he was doing it a lot, like quite a lot. But you
Okay,
know,
and what did his co-host say to him?
don't say that. You can't say that, if I remember correctly.
And she additionally said you could go to prison to him.
Right. But
Right.
But does that exclude the possibility of him joking though? I mean, even though all these
when
things
his
were
co-host
said,
when his co-host is saying you could go to jail for what you're saying and he's not backing down, yikes.
but I mean, that's pretty brave for him to do on a podcast. It would have to be a joke, right? Like
Yeah.
I see it both ways. I understand the point that you're
Yeah,
making.
I mean, I'm not saying you don't have a point, but I'm saying that if somebody believed that was monumentally and someone believed that the co-host was genuinely offended because they were saying that he could go to jail, if somebody believed that, I would understand where they're coming from too, because that was a really, really up situation.
Yes,
you don't have me
but
anywhere
can't that be
being told I
flipped?
could go to jail for what I'm saying and then doubling down on what I'm saying like he did.
But can't that be flipped on you? And I'm horrible with
Yeah.
names. It's Shyla, right? There's all this footage of you being like just
Oh,
so
yeah.
abusive to this girl, right?
Yeah.
And of course,
Give me an example.
Oh,
you're
there's
like
too many.
throwing stuff at her, yelling at her. She's telling you to turn off the camera. Now you say this is like this is fake.
Throwing stuff.
Yeah, I believe you threw candy corn at her, if I remember correctly.
Oh no, not candy corn.
Don't be
Okay,
no.
listen, I
No.
want a response from you here, right?
Uh-oh.
So in this scenario, is that real or is that acting?
Yeah, we prank people all the time.
So you're
All
pranking
the time.
people, right? So don't you find it ironic that you're
Yes, an unreleased video of you verbally and physically an unreleased video of you verbally and physically abusing your ex-girlfriend. It's just a prank, bro.
saying like this old
Just a
stuff
prank.
and this old comedy from Shane is 100% real?
Yeah. No, he did a type of comedy that I
Who's
could
that?
not fathom.
Hold on.
Yeah. No, it was.
He's like,
he
oh,
did
this
a
guy.
type of comedy that I could not.
But like before we continue, like he's saying, oh, if all this is, he's trying to use all this evidence of what Shane Dawson says. You know, obviously what Shane Dawson says is very inappropriate, but like, if Onision can use that as proof that, ooh, Shane Dawson is this because he said that, then the exact same thing could be said upon him.
Yeah. No, he did a type of comedy that I could not fathom, and I already had bad. I mean, I was talking.
Dang, you can't fathom Shane Dawson for making pedophile jokes when you can make a very serious joke. You can make a very serious video about your ex-girlfriend having a seizure and then forgetting about you. You can but Shane Dawson, he can't make those jokes. But I can make a fake video of all these horrible things that my girlfriend has gone through while I was with her. But Shane Dawson, you know, he can't. You know, I was horrified. I was absolutely horrified by those jokes that Shane Dawson have made. But how dare you blame me for making a joke video? A joke video.
At the time, I was talking to him casually, like everything was chill, and then someone released a highly edited video of it, and it just made it made it look so bad. And everyone was running like I think you probably remember when there was like people were hashtagging to cancel him. Like it was like people were losing their minds over that. So it's not like I came up with a idea. Everybody was on board with me, and then he makes a video going, "I'm not a pedophile, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, he must not be.
But
He screamed,
Onision,
I'm not a pedophile, so that must mean he's innocent. And then everyone just shifted like it was nothing. Except I was still like, dude, you can't just scream, I'm not a pedo, and that be, oh okay, I guess that's how it is. And everybody shifted, and I was still like, what the? That's not a. It's still a thing.
But again, all these things that he's saying could be directly applied to himself. Does he? I don't think he understands that. he's pretty much doing the same thing. Like, yes, one really bad joke Shane Dawson made versus a bunch of videos, a bunch of video proof, a bunch of screenshots, a bunch of all these things that show him doing bad things and saying bad things and being a horrible person. Yo, you can't use that. You can't use that. But I can use this one joke. I can use this one joke on Shane Dawson. And we're Gucci. But you guys aren't allowed to use any of these on me because I'm a better person because I called out Shane Dawson for making a bad joke.
And it was amazing how the mob just shifted like that.
Well, you gotta understand.
Then I just became the poster boy for anti-Shane, and it didn't make any sense because they were all anti-Shane 5 seconds ago.
You got to understand that you have been crucified for your old edgy comedy, right?
Yeah.
So has Shane, and so has me. Like all of us that were on the internet back then,
Alex,
just doing what was pretty much standard, being edgy, saying ridiculous stuff, have all been crucified in the present day as our jokes and comedy has been turned into like actual statements. So I hope like you have some sympathy for Shane or some understanding now that you've kind of been through the same thing.
I publicly apologized to Shane because I began to realize that you just got to be there. You got to be there to get it, and you got to actually like know the person beyond what I knew Shane, which was we had a couple we went out to lunch and dinner, and we tried to make a video together or whatever, and we collaborated on another instance or whatever. So I knew I had a general idea of who he was, but I didn't really know him. I never did a podcast with him. I never really went in depth. He invited me on a podcast, but I was so bitter that I just said no, I'm not going on your podcast.
You made out with him.
Right. Oh yeah.
His laugh.
I can kiss the guy too. I forgot about that. He was my first guy kiss. I was his first. How do I fucking forget that? Anyway, but yeah, no, like you have to be there, and I think that's behind all cancel culture is like people aren't there and they think they are. They think they know everything, but you have to be there to truly understand a situation. Which is why with the whole.
I do agree with him on that. I hate cancel culture in general because. Also, this is not cancel culture. This is a bunch of evidence being poured on one man who has proof. It's not like James Charles where all that was just, some bad text messages or whatever. This is way different than every other cancel culture situation. But like, cancel culture is trash just for the fact that like, oh, somebody can come out with like one video where it's like this person is bad and here's screenshots to why, and then the entire world can just bash on that person, and then it's just awkward when that person is like no. But this is way different.
Sarah thing, nobody in my life is saying I'm predatorial because everybody was there and everybody saw it, and nobody saw anything inappropriate towards Sarah or anything like that.
Everybody saw videos. You can edit a video, you can put whatever you want in a video. We still weren't there. Just because you posted videos of y'all just chilling together that's not proof. Somebody could be abusing their significant other and post like a happy picture of them together and is like, see, you guys were there. You guys are with us. You know. You saw the Instagram post. You were in our house. You know everything's okay. But you don't know what it's like when no one's watching. So again, he's completely contradicting himself.
And they understand that Sarah is the poster woman for Me Too fraud. Like, she is the most disgusting, despicable person as far as when it comes to that, because she's literally trying to put Kai in prison
That's a big
despite
claim,
the fact
homie.
that she knows well Kai rejected her constantly
Yes,
and had
but
no
yes,
interest in her
okay, but
constantly,
before
and it took blackmail just to get her mouth on Kai, and even then Kai was still like, no.
I got to bring up this point, right? Because
Go ahead.
Chris Hansen and had did an interview with Sarah, right? And
Yeah.
I believe what Sarah said was that inappropriate streams or inappropriate pictures came from Kai to Sarah prior to her ever like coming to your house when she was, I believe, 15.
Then prove it. Prove it. Everybody conveniently loses their text and their proof. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
You can prove it.
Okay,
Okay,
that's true.
just there's a shout out to Sarah and everybody who wants to be a hashtag #MeToo fraud. Have proof. Okay, you're talking about texts. You can prove those. Don't get them conveniently deleted and then say.
Didn't you say that you can't
Sarah
prove a
said she
text
turned
earlier?
into a laptop into the cops like 6 months ago or whatever, and then she said she sent it to Chris Hansen, and then she said they sent it back to her, and then she said she turned it in again, and then she said, "Oh, can you donate to my GoFundMe because now I don't have my laptop," even though apparently it's not or has been in her
Uh-oh.
possession this whole time. Like, what the fuck is the truth with this person?
They're
And
gonna
if you're
be-
going to accuse somebody of sending you stuff that you could prove, i.e., if somebody sent you a text, you can prove it, then prove it. What I have is a text from Sarah saying that even a meme that was perceived as inappropriate, a Squidward meme, Sarah herself sent that meme to Kai. She herself in the text confesses she sent that to Kai, and Kai didn't do anything inappropriate to Sarah at any point ever. Those are her words, and unlike her, we actually have text proving what a fraud she is.
Do you believe that the FBI is investigating you? Like, do you think that's actually true?
I have no clue, but what
Because
I've been told is that people.
These claims are made from Chris Hansen, and then Chris Hansen was
Right,
talking
but
to the local
Chris
police.
Hansen's
right. But
Chris
let me
Hansen's
finish. Let me finish
producer
real quick.
already outed him.
Yeah, of course. There's a lot of problems with Chris Hansen and his
Yeah.
investigation. Anyone that's following this story knows that. But
Yeah, there's a lot of really bad things that happened with Chris Hansen. So they sadly the Chris Hansen there's a lot of things. I'll link a video of what I'm talking about, but oof.
Chris Hansen was talking, I believe, to the local police, and the local police said that they were working with the FBI to investigate you. Like, do you think that's true? And if so, like, what could they possibly have on you? Have you broken any laws?
Before I forget, Vince. Okay, I reached out to Vince, who's the former producer of Chris Hansen. People say that the Hansen page that was taken over by Vince was controlled by Vince, I guess, was fake or a troll or whatever. Nobody seems to want to listen to Vince because apparently he made a joke about me being on a short bus, which everyone's so fucking triggered by. But they'll make their own joke. Anyone else, Chris Hansen can make a joke. And Sarah can make a joke.
Okay, but Vince made a lot of stupid decisions
Whatever.
and did a lot of bad things, and I think he doxed somebody allegedly. I don't know, but Vince did a lot of really bad things, so he's not a reputable source for anything. So again, this is like this whole information on Vince is pretty much pointless because Vince did a lot of stupid stuff.
Sarah was laughing on Twitter about the idea of my house burning down. She has fucking drinking parties. She's not even 21 yet, but she's drinking openly, having
Sarah,
live streams or whatever.
Wait, I gotta cut you off real quick.
She's dancing and enjoying every single.
I know, but I gotta cut you off real quick because Sarah. I gotta cut
You know
you
what?
off real quick.
And enjoying every single.
I know, but I gotta cut you off real quick because Sarah. I gotta cut you off real quick. Sarah wasn't actually like laughing about your house burning down. She was just making like a silly joke, like when she left that place burned down. It wasn't like a serious threat.
No. She retweeted somebody saying that, talking about my house burning down. She was like, "LOL."
Yeah, but
maybe she removed the retweet.
Okay,
Oh my, I'm not even gonna say anything. We all know why that was stupid.
I saw a tweet and she was just basically.
And additionally, this is something crazy about Sarah, right? So she says that Kai is her best friend in the world, and she actually tweeted like I think a month ago or something that she still has love for Kai, And like she's so fucking back and forth, just like someone with BPD would be with Kai, because she knows Kai didn't do.
Don't do that. Don't stop it. Stop bringing up her illness, man. What? I mean, like, okay, you know, I mean, like it's like a thing where it's like, okay, yes, thank you for the good memories, but still, you did all these bad things. You know, like people that have been in abusive situations can't admit that. There's nothing wrong on them for admitting that, and you shouldn't bring up her illness as like an excuse.
Trust me, a lot of these girls, the victims have
just
a
trying
lot
to
of
hurt
problems.
Kai.
Yeah.
She's just trying to hurt Kai to hurt me. She's been doing this consistently because Kai's been so fucking quiet. Because Kai apparently is the only actual mature, responsible adult in this situation who's actually willing to rise above the fucking bullshit drama and not engage with fucking Me Too frauds like Sarah and these other people who. And this is what's weird is people say that there's a consistent story, but I haven't seen it. I don't know what the fucking consistent story is. Because you're talking about people who are all consensual adults.
Yeah, when you actually, the videos that are coming out now, right, and the videos that have been coming out for the last couple of weeks from these people that make nothing but Onision videos, what they're saying is you're probably not going to go to jail, not because you're not guilty, but
inconvenient.
But there just isn't enough proof. But these are the same people that have been saying, "Oh, Onision is going to jail. The FBI is investigating. He is done." Like, so I find this whole movement.
The embarrassment is about to be overwhelming. The future for these people, knock on wood, because typically when you say this is how it's gonna go, it's not gonna go that way. I just want to say, what the fuck's gonna happen when nothing happens? And all these people have been crying wolf this whole fucking time.
That's true.
What happens when nothing happens? Because this is the thing, okay? This person who was investigated, this police officer, or not investigated, but this person who was talked to, this police officer, he goes on Hanson's show and he says there's been 19 incidents or whatever. You're talking about people prank calling the police and sending them to our house and then being turned away.
Right.
Like the police show up, they say, "Hey, is so and so murdered?" Like for instance, way back in the day when Sarah was hanging out for like a month or so, the police showed up and they said, we're investigating, or we're here to see if somebody is here because they've been reported as murdered. And Sarah's like, "Who?" And they're like, "It says Sarah." They say Sarah was murdered. She's like, "I'm Sarah." People constantly prank the police, and the police show up, and then this guy goes on Hanson and says, "Oh yeah, there've been 19 incidents." There haven't been any incidents except for one horrible tragedy that occurred, which was a whole different thing with.
Is that where a young one fell out the window? Is that what we're referring to?
Yeah.
Oh yikes.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that or not? Because I have kids and I don't like to talk about my kids.
It'd be nice not to. But what I'm saying is that there is one legitimate incident of the police being called, and that was by actually I also called on Hanson. So I called the police on Hanson. I called the police because somebody was seriously injured, and
the guy stalking me outside my house. What's his name? Chris Hanson. That was, not gonna lie, that was funny hearing that call. Like, there's a guy from the internet stalking me, and he's right outside my house. What's his name? Chris Hanson.
You gotta admit when you made the call on Chris Hanson being outside. I mean, that was funny. Like you sounded
even he could admit it.
Oh yeah. It doesn't. Well, what I was shocked by is the chick didn't know who Hanson was.
Like
I was like,
I can't blame the internet for making fun of you in that 911 call. I mean, it just seems so ridiculous.
Yeah.
I should have said it was Christopher Hanson, so then it wouldn't sound so. But no, yeah.
Look,
Chris Hanson and 6 fucking dudes show up to my house after I'm threatening legal action against them, and I'm like, I got my family inside. This guy's a fucking creep. And he's knocking on my door, and he's like, "I know you're in there." And it's just like, "You're a fucking creep, dude. What the?" And so I have 3 no trespassing signs.
I'm shocked that
he ignored them.
Right. I'm shocked that there isn't more people.
There's a police report filed on him, and he's currently being investigated by a prosecutor. So good luck with that.
Oh yeah,
but you can't be within 50. You can't be within 50 feet of a no trespassing sign. Otherwise, you risk going to jail for 90 days to a year. So that's what he's looking at. So that was real smart on his part. And he flew across the country just to not get a door answered and a cop's called on him. Like, that's real fucking bad financial decisions on his part.
That's true.
Trust me, Chris Hansen has a lot of problems. You know, a lot of different things are surfacing with him, and a lot of people are making videos on it. How do you maintain when this all blows over? Because eventually, at some point, it has to. Like, this isn't going to be going on 20 years from now. But whenever this blows over,
Honestly,
how do you still
like it just keeps making those
maintain
faces.
being a YouTuber and getting views and entertaining people? How do you still have a future on the platform?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they tried to deplatform me on Instagram. Instagram did an investigation and concluded I was innocent and reinstated my Instagram. And they're just trying to.
Oh,
They don't
whoops.
want me addictive and malicious. My Instagram. What people want to do is the most vindictive and malicious Me Too frauds would do, and they're just trying to. They don't want me to talk. They want me to be silent. They want me to be unable to defend myself, and that's their number one goal because they know that they have to know deep down they're full of shit. Because nobody releases the amount of evidence I have. Nobody has someone confessing on camera to everyone that they're a fucking fraud and that this other person had nothing inappropriate or whatever. Because like people keep saying, oh, that Kai's going to jail. Kai's not going to jail. And the reason Kai's not going to jail is because there's literally nothing on Kai. Even the dumbass who's trying to say that Kai sent photos or whatever hasn't proven shit. All she proven is that she has a photo and also has Kai's old laptop. So you're sitting here going, okay, so there's a non-sexual photo where obviously someone just forgot to crop out the bottom. There's no sexual text. There's no sexual anything. And you're trying to say that this person's a predator, you piece of shit. Like you're a fucking backstabbing, lying, Me Too fraud piece of shit.
Okay,
and this
Onision,
chick has to know it. She has to know it.
We gotta end. Like we're going on 40 minutes right now. We gotta end relatively soon. But there's one thing that I have been against you on from like the very beginning, and this happened many years ago.
Sure.
And it's when you asked your fans, and some
Oh,
of you
this,
have to
this,
know
this.
are under the age of 18, but you asked your fans to send you pictures of themselves, and you would rate them. You know, whether or not they were
No,
attractive.
not send. Not send.
Okay.
Not send. I don't know where that came from. I'd never asked people to
What?
send me any photos.
Well, okay.
But he
clarify.
what?
How did that go down? Like through your website?
Oh, whoops.
Post to a public forum that said 18 plus only.
Okay. So
that's what you were.
But that's exactly what it
I
is.
asked people to post. I said adults only repeatedly on the site. There were rules against no inappropriate photos. On the site, it said 18 plus only. In my videos, I said 18 plus only. And I also said even if you are 18, even if you are 18 plus, you still can't post inappropriate photos. So I have all these things, and nobody talks about it because they're liars and all they want are clicks.
That's great, but you had to know that underage girls would be like making posts, and for you to rate
That's
them.
where the no inappropriate photos thing comes in.
I understand, but you had to know that underage girls would do this regardless of you saying it's 18.
Exactly.
I wasn't thinking about. Underage girls were not crossing my mind. I wasn't sitting here going, oh.
This is so dumb. This is so dumb. Like you think I feel like any normal person would be like, oh, I probably shouldn't do that because there's no way. Like if it's just a random forum, there is no way that you can guarantee 100% that only people 18 and up are going to post in that forum. I mean, what? My Mixer stream is 18 and up. What? There was like a 12-year-old who was in here a few weeks ago. There was a 9-year-old in here. I said no. They were still here. They still watch the stream. I can ban them. But what's gonna stop them from making another account and coming on here anyway and just not saying anything? Like, it doesn't make a difference. I can say, oh yeah, only adults in here, but that doesn't mean like, oh hey. Exactly. There's so many sites where like, oh, are you 18? You're like 10 years old, and you're like, yeah. Like it doesn't matter, you know. You think think about that. Just think about it. Like it doesn't take that long to be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Oh oh man, is this internet?
Also, it's just creepy in general. You're a grown man. You're asking people like, "Oh hey, post a picture of my forum and I'll rate you." That's horrible. Like, what do you think? Like, you're just ruining these girls' self-esteem because you rate them. That's just a horrible person move in the first place. Like, ooh, I'm gonna rate people that watch me, so that they know that I don't like how they look. Or some of them do know that I like how they look. You know, like, it's just horrible.
I wasn't interested in
I
that
don't think
thought.
you're a stupid person.
If some-
I think
the
he is
okay,
stupid.
so there's
At least in this situation.
there was like 6 moderators per forum or something, so the other moderators
Okay.
were also assigned to manage that
Okay.
as well and make sure that nobody was breaking rules. So, like I said, like that's why people are having a fucking time getting anything happening out of this, is because it's over. I thought about all these things in the sense that I was like, got to make sure everything's legal, got to make sure everything's appropriate. That's why I want to do this the right way, and we did it the right way. Yet people still blew it up because that's what has made them hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's ruining my fucking life with lies, and that's why I sit here free as always.
But he
because
didn't do
I'm not
anything.
breaking laws.
He didn't
I'm
like.
not doing shit that people would do to break
Oh,
laws.
he's
Like
an idiot. He didn't provide anything new
had
about
so
that.
many YouTubers come on who are dumb as shit, and they're like, "Oh yeah, but it was a mistake. I may have done this, but no." And it's because they actually did horrible shit. You know what it looks like when you see people who don't know what the morals are, who don't know what the law is. Okay, I do.
Well,
and that's why people are having
these
such
people
a hard time.
These people that are making videos on you are clearly biased. Like, you could just watch the video and they're like, "Oh, he's guilty." Like, okay, what? Like,
right? Yeah. Look at their
definitely-
average views compared to the views they get when
they're
they talk about me.
definitely not
It's pretty
being
obvious.
objective, and they're definitely pandering to this Onision hate mob that's out there. So I wanted to do this interview to give you a fair chance. And dude, there's just so much information on this. We can't go through every little thing. But I want to thank you for coming on, and I want to thank you for defending yourself. But
Sure.
I guess before we go, like, I want to give you the floor to say whatever you need to say that you think people need to hear. What is the most important thing?
I've already.
I guess let me reframe it. What is the most important thing that you know to be the absolute truth that you really want all these people that hate you to know?
My position is that people believe what they want to, and no matter what I say, no matter how much proof I show, they're so fucking unbearably stupid that they will never actually see it the way it is, and they'll continue pranking the police. They'll continue trying to ruin innocent people's lives, because you either die a hero or you live long enough to become a villain, and that's what these people do not realize.
You never were a
they're
hero.
ruining innocent people's lives because they're so fucking self-righteous, and they think that they're heroes, and they're not. And what goes around comes around, and all of them are going to see it just like I saw it when I used to go after social repose, when I used to go after and Shane Dawson and all that and act like I was some kind of fucking hero. I got what I gave. You know, what you put in is what you get out. So all these people, I'm sorry, dude, the universe is gonna fuck you up, and it fucks me up, and that's what happens.
Did I just see? I just heard Onision take a little bit of blame and be like, "Hey, look, I deserved it." Like, I never.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
I never.
Dude, you saw me. You saw me. I was one of them. I was one of these people who could not see the fucking good, who was slapping him in the face and was just like, "Oh man, if I make another video about social repose cheating on Jacqueline with 4 women, I'm gonna get the views and I'm gonna feel good about myself." And then look how that fucking turned out, right? That's why they say he who was out sent throw the first stone. That's why they say what goes around comes around. That's why I have all these phrases, because you act like you're a fucking hero, and you either die that way prematurely or you wind up being one, because nobody's perfect. We're all full of mistakes. And when we act like we're not, oh, shit, you just wait. It's going to catch up with you. So that's just how it is. And I don't want to sit here and try to convince people, because I feel like they're just as dumb as I was. They cannot hear the truth. They can only hear their own opinions. And it takes going through this to see things the way they are. So I can't convince them. There's nothing to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to leave it right there. You heard it here from Onision. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, take the time to slap a like on it, because you
You want to know what I got from that? Do you genuinely want to know what I got from that entire like 40-minute interview? I got people are stupid. People don't have any proof. Chris Hansen is stupid. I did one bad little thing. Everybody else is gonna suffer. That is all I got from that. My view on Onision is indifferent. It has not changed. He didn't give anything. Like it, like he could have easily said that in a video and people probably would have been okay with it. I didn't get anything new from it. I already knew his meltdowns were all fake. Everybody knew. Every normal adult knew. You know? It's ridiculous. I got nothing from that. Like genuinely I got nothing from it. Like I don't understand what he was trying to do there. To be honest. I don't even understand the point of him being on the show. I just feel like I just heard regurgitated stuff again. I mean, hey, if he's innocent, he's innocent. But if he's guilty, he's guilty. I don't care. Like what's the truth? Is it really the truth? Like, I don't know. He didn't really do it either. He hasn't. He didn't. He, like I said, he didn't elaborate. He didn't, add anything on. I feel like the only time he really had the chance to defend himself was when he said when they brought up the forums, right? All he had to say was like, "Hey, I was stupid for doing that." That's literally all he needed to say. All he needed to say was that, "Oh, I wasn't thinking of that. I was being really dumb. I should not have done that." But no, all he said was, "I did everything I could now." I probably just all he could have said was just, "I shouldn't have done that." We all make stupid decisions. Onion Boy didn't really defend his points as good as I thought he would. What I did hate was that he was like, "Oh, fake videos where I would freak out, or you can't prove text." Yeah, he was like, "You can't prove a text message," but then like later he was like, "There are ways for you to prove a text message." Like, okay, bro. That's a contradictory statement right there. But there's one thing on Twitter, but it's not loading right now, which is really annoying. I'm hoping I can find it before it gets like deleted or something. I don't know why my internet is like, because everything is fine. Like some things load fine, but like Twitter just doesn't want to like do anything. It's so weird. It's just like it's so bad. If anything, I think I'm gonna take a quick break, and then we'll be back to play some Star Wars. Not like immediately though. I want to do some stuff first. But still, it's just like ridiculous. It goes do stuff. Hello. Onision. But again, it's just like, it's ridiculous. I might restart everything too, just to figure out why this thing isn't working. I don't understand why this thing is. Let me see. Like, I don't think it's working. This is really annoying. I think I might restart my computer and then we'll be like back. Again, I don't know why it's not working. I think you won't do damage if you restart. Yeah, because we are restarting with a new game, so actually it'd probably be better for YouTube too. Maybe the servers are messed up. Let me see. But yeah, we'll go ahead. We will restart. I'll probably be back in like 10 to 15 minutes. You know, just hold on. Yeah, so BRB. I was gonna end the stream by doing that, but I didn't. Pull up. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I'll be right back. I'll be, yeah. 15 minutes. Give me 15 minutes at the minimum. I'll be back.